Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the video I wanted to do on Morpheus Descends. So hopefully a lot of you guys like Morpheus, and if you don't, you should. They're an awesome band, and I don't see why anybody wouldn't be a fan of them. These guys are the epitome of death metal. You know, they got the soul of death metal. In my opinion, this is the epitome of real death metal with no other elements, just straight up death, you know. So let's get right into it. Morpheus Descends, they formed in 1990, New York, Middletown, and you know, Robert Jensch, Steve Hansen, Craig Campbell, sorry, bad with names, it's the original. In the original lineup, I forgot some of the names, but the original lineup is they're still together and they're touring now, so that's really cool. And I would love to see them, and you guys should see them if you get a chance. They haven't come out my way, so you know, tough shit. But you know, these guys are really amazing, and they made a lot of killer stuff. So let's go over this. This is a compilation. They started out as just Morpheus, and those old concerts, you could look up old live shows. Dude, these guys are incredible, like amazing. Closely related to Incantation, but entirely different at the same time. This is just really good death metal. So this is a cool compilation. Got all their demo material and a lot of other stuff. Not everything they did. They got some rare stuff, and they have a demo they put out before the Adipocary, but you know, this is where it all started, and I would really recommend checking this out if you haven't. But knowing you guys, a lot of you probably have. But yeah, these guys embody death metal, and I think I've had this talk with my drummer. There's some bands who they just want to be as technical as possible. There's some bands who want to be as fast as possible, and that's all cool. But a band like Morpheus, bands like Embalmer, which do play fast too, bands like Incantation, for example, these bands have a lot of soul to them, you know. There's variations in the volumes. Not everything is hitting at the same time and at the same heftiness, you know. It's all different and varied. There's a lot of soul to it. And people think it's funny when you use the word soul with death metal, but it applies to death metal just like any other style of music. There's soulful death metal, there's more mechanical death metal, it's all really good. But I think this embodies, you know, stuff like Incantation. I think that is the soul spirit of, you know, the most death metal sounding death metal band or style, you know. Morpheus, they're in that camp. So I know I'm going over this trying to get through it quickly, but I gotta say stuff too. Ritual of Infinity, dude. This is famous. Shit, the glare is fucking bad, but whatever. Ritual of Infinity is obviously amazing. You guys should all listen to this one, and if you don't, this is where you should start with the band. Just incredible stuff here. This is a really cool album. Every song is as good as the one before it. Fun thing about this album too is that it was recorded in 3 different places and times. So there's 3 different sets of songs, and they all sound pretty different. They might two sets might have been the same studio, but all of them on different dates. So the album it's very cohesive, but it also feels amateur, but in a good way. And yeah, there we go. And it's just really, really, really killer. Cavernous, but also punchy. It has more groove to it and more breakdowns, despite being like more like a cavernous band like Incantation. Morpheus feels a little less doomy. They feel more deathy while they do it, even though that Incantation stuff is pure death metal too. This is just amazing, man. There's not a lot of death metal that's made like this, and it's hard to replicate it without like coming off kind of cliche or cheesy. These guys did it best, and it's not gonna get topped. So yeah, dude, this is amazing. And look at that album cover. I mean, incredible. Oh, and I want to mention, I almost forgot to mention, they had a different vocalist. Craig Campbell was not vocals on this. This was Jeff Reamer. Rest in peace. He passed in 2005. You know, so that sucks. He's a really good vocalist too. Just ate this shit up, you know. So I've always had this debate. I don't know what my favorite Morpheus release is, but it's definitely between Ritual and this next one I'm gonna show. And this was also featured in my top 10 death metal EPs of all time, but it's Morpheus, Chronicles of the Shadowed Ones. This is next level stuff. I think this is Morpheus's magnum opus. The songs are grander in this. The songwriting has improved. It's gotten more advanced. Still not technical. You know, this band doesn't get technical, and that's great, dude. You don't need to. Music's not a science. And death metal's not either. This is an attitude and a whole approach to music and songwriting that's different from anything else. It's honestly incredible. I think while I'm at it, my honest opinion is that death metal is the peak genre of metal. I think it culminated everything, and it expands everywhere with this genre. And this is a good example of that. This is a magical EP. And these releases on Dark Descent are incredible too. But yeah, the songs are longer here. There's not a lot of them, but they're amazing, and they make up for it. Kind of feels like a full album, even if it's an EP. I don't have enough good things to say to this. It's so dark. It's darker than Ritual, and it's super sinister, but it's also got this grand feeling and approach to the songs. The lyrical themes are really cool. I love the production. I mean, yeah, this is up there, dude. This is incredible. Like, Morpheus can do no wrong. So in between these releases, I don't have everything. But they did a lot of demos other than the Adipocere EP or a compilation. They have more than that. They even covered a Venom song for any of the, you know, death metal dudes that don't respect Venom or something for any reason. I'll never stop talking about how important it is to respect a band like that, because, dude, they paved the way more than like anybody when it comes to extreme metal. So the next one is cool too. Another vocalist change. I can't remember if anyone else changed, but this is crazy. The Horror of the Truth. This is a crazy EP, man. This is nutty. Like, this is just one of those that you would call built different. You know, this is definitely built different. This is crazy. This has more of like a Morbid Angel atmosphere to it, but way darker and way dirtier, obviously. Look at that sick live show photo too. This is kind of magical as well. Just fucking hair getting in my face. But yeah, really cool album cover too. You know, I don't have CDs of any of these because they're pretty hard to find, and these records are cool, man. I mean, and I'm satisfied, so stick with them like that. But another crazy EP. This one, like, if you know, you think sometimes Ritual is kind of underrated in the grand scheme of things, which it totally is. You know, people who know it praise the shit out of it, but it's not very well known in the grand scheme of death metal overall. So like, if you think that's underrated, dude, like stuff like Horror of the Truth and even Chronicles, those are fucking crazy underrated, dude. Those like stomp so much that people are into, you know, and it stomps anything new that's coming out, literally. So, you know, take what you will with that. But then in 2015, did I mention all the years? I think I forgot, dude. So Ritual came out in 92, obviously. Chronicles was 94, that was 97. Just making sure I covered that. But in 2015, they had a killer 7-inch. Like, let's not even like downplay that at all. This 7-inch. Whoa, this is something else. Like, holy crap, dude. This is insane. All these tracks are really good, but dude, the highlight, fucking The King's Curse, that is one of the best goddamn metal songs, death metal, whatever. Dude, that's one of the best fucking songs I've ever heard, period. That breakdown part that just goes dun, da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun. Like, bro, you gotta check this out if you haven't before. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of people who listen to Morpheus just for ritual and stuff. And then there's another tier that just listens to it for, like, Chronicles, or Horror of the Truth, maybe. But, like, dude, don't sleep on this. They're still, it's like they never left the 90s. Like, these guys are not one of those death metal bands that moved on and changed their sound. Like, these guys just pick up right where they leave off. This is one of the best 7 inches ever in death metal, in my opinion. And there's no doubt in my mind about that. That is just killer shit. Killer photo, too. So, anyway, that's the little Morpheus video I wanted to do. Hopefully it's not too in-depth, but it's like just enough to like give you a broad idea of like what they're about and like how amazing they are. Not a band with a lot of material, but as we all know, sometimes less is more, and you always want quality over quantity, and that is the epitome of what Morpheus Descends is. This band is as legit as they come, you know, like, this is pure death metal. It's like, for me, it's like soul music to me, you know, within our world of music. It's just like, connects to the soul, deeper level of death metal, and it's just amazing. So yeah, hopefully everybody who's already a fan of Morpheus liked this video, and anybody who doesn't know him is gonna go check him out and fall in love, because, you know, this band is fucking great. It's Morpheus Descends, guys. This is the fucking band, baby. Whatever age you are, dude, you gotta know it. This is the fucking band. This is the legit shit. So yeah, dude, this was a fun one to make. I love talking about Morpheus Descends. I could talk to them about them for hours, but I should cut it off because I'm just kind of rambling now. Anyway, have some nice viral load to close out the video, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for watching as always, and thank you for your continued support. Hell fucking yes.